What's up, all? Wardrobe here. Super excited to get this. I love it when I'm get something like this. It's kind of a cool thing. I got this for free. Uh, I just got it. It's the magazine. It just came up for sale on the MMP website. Go get it. I'm sure Neil and gang will be doing this at a much better level than me, but because they also have a lot to do with this. ASL Academy's channel, Scott did a lot of work on this as well. But it's the basic training for a starter kit. Very glossy, 40 plus page magazine. Marco Polo Bridge coming up. And all the sheets, all the normal stuff. Counters. So anyway, this is cool. I want to show this because I helped proof some of these charts. Not all of them, because I was actually surprised by one of them. So that was kind of cool. But I proofed some of the charts, names in here. That's pretty cool. But I just want to go over some few things and let's just take a look at it. Like I said, I'm sure there'll be others out here that do. If they haven't already done it, they'll do it soon and it'll be great quality, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just super excited because it's fun to be a part of something like this. So it's a basic training starter kit magazine. You get a little half sheet of counters. You get 12 scenarios. I'll say the interesting thing about these scenarios, it appears to me there's no PTO. It's all Europe, and I'm assuming you need 1, 2, and 3. Well, you need 1, 2, and 3 for sure. And maybe some of the other things, but you definitely don't need PTO, as far as I know. Though this does cover PTO as well on the charts and the training. 12 scenarios. The cool, interesting thing about these scenarios that stood out to me, a lot of them have a lot of special rules. Because as you can see, there's level 2, there's some things like that. And so it just makes them a little bit more complex. So, which is kind of cool, just for some variety. And it's up now to, I think it gets up to 115. So that's pretty cool. So let's take a look at all the things you get here. So you can see all the articles. I don't think there's any problem showing this. In fact, I think it's helpful if you want to buy it. So view anew, that's over here on this side. It's kind of just some of the things, what it's all about, all the information. A guide to learning SK. I'll show you all these. War of the Rats, scenario replay like the old school. It's pretty cool. Lots of pages there, 6 to 28, lots of pages. Behind the numbers, runaway primer on routing basic training. 2 Halves Make a Whole about using half squads. Decision at Elst by our own Neil Newland, and that's also Neil. Lots of work by Neil, and talking about Elst, and then also a how to play solo starter kit, which is kind of cool. That's just how to play solo. It's not. Obviously, I've not read these yet, but it's just going to talk to you about kind of how to get into it, how to start learning it, if it's kind of complex for you, which it is complex. How to kind of move through that, which is kind of cool. Like I said, I hadn't read it, I've just kind of skimmed it, and I've seen some articles similar to it. Just kind of giving you some tips and ideas on how to learn this game. This magazine also has what a lot of the journals have. The journals have these little cartoon guy and just little tips about playing, which is cool. That's scattered throughout the magazine. So a lot of them during the scenario play and all that. And there's this, you can see the starter kit board listing. So it's kind of interesting to see where those come in. So you can understand that. Getting up there. This is the chunk of the magazine. 22 pages of it, of the 48 pages. This is good old school scenario replay. This is from their magazine that they've been had for the Avalon Hill General. Had this little thing. It kind of brings back some memories reading through these. I've never actually worked through a whole one, but you certainly could do that, and it could certainly help you learn. I think I kind of wish they would have done guns and tanks, but that would have added a whole nother layer. But this is just scenario S2, so you can pull this out, play it along, and it's pretty amazing. They do pre-game comments from both sides, neutral pre-game comments, and then every section, after each turn they have Russian post-turn commentary, German commentary, and then a neutral commentary. That's kind of how they go. You can see it's Perry does that. Andrew and Greg give their input on that. I'll just show you couple little cool things about this. So after each turn, so this is the start of turn 3 map. I'm only showing a portion of it. It shows you what the status of the board is, and if it's like this B, it shows you all the stuff going on in there, all the status markers and all that. So you get this at the start and maybe some other picture. I feel like there's more pictures than each turn, so maybe they're showing you some special situations. This breaks down so you can move. You can see 190. This is, situation number 195. Just what everything is doing. It's a big deal to move through it, but if you wanted to, really learn how the game works, this is the way to do it. And I may do it just for fun, just to funsies, but it's a lot. It's a lot to do. So this is Andrew is one of the players in that. This is another on page 28, just talking about the numbers and what does it all mean, breaking down the numbers to see why you want to think about the numbers, how to think of them. Then it gives some pretty cool charts over here. Again, I'm not going to show that. Kind of the die roll comparisons, almost like what you can get in Vassal. Then it just shows that kind of by turn, the morale checks, the IFT rolls, and kind of how they all matched up. It's a lot of detail there about what mattered: ambush, smoke, wound rolls, all that stuff. Ken Dunn does a little quick primer on the art of science of routing. So just talking a little bit to make sure you understand the rules, kind of just a color commentary on the rules section to add to the flavor of the rules. There is that pretty comprehensive example of scenarios. Sorry, I keep bumping my mic. And then they do have a drawing kind of showing you some basic routes. And again, there's a little tip from the trenches here that has nothing to do with routing. It's just about placing smoke. So that's cool. So the next story is routing small victories through masterful retreats. So that's kind of cool. Two very detailed drawings here. Are there more? This is by our buddy Neil. Oh no, there's 4 pages of that and 4 really good detailed drawings showing very complex board setups and routing and how to summary and how to route and do all that. Just more commentary on routing. It all helps. And this is really breaking down on how to play the game well, not just the rules, but how to play the game well, which is pretty critical. And talks about how to make a whole. Some thoughts on half squad employment. So how to use half squads effectively. Clearing Colville. S5, Clearing Colville for some ideas how to employ half squads. I think that's when we have to cover a lot of open ground, and that one always stumps me. So this is cool. This is great. It's so funny. I was just thinking about this scenario, like how I may use some starter kit. I'm playing full now with some local friend, which is great. We just got just some playing singling today. And I thought maybe for solo, just to kind of keep the ideas and it's fresh, and really some of the tactics. The tactics are very similar. I may throw starter kit scenarios on the board just to kind of make sure I keep things fresh, and maybe throw full rules in there or something. But so this is cool though. Half squads are a huge thing in the full game as well. And Elst. So this is by Neil and Scott. You can go check out them playing this campaign game. Talking about playing the long game, hindrances, because there's a lot of orchards and things. Kind of talking about the map. So it really gets into a lot of maps, line of sight. I think the arty. And then a very cool breakdown about where you are in the campaign and what things to do, kind of some ideas. Again, Neil and Scott really offering up some nice ideas on how to play the game better, which is pretty cool. There is discussion. I don't know how it's going to go with all the things the way they're going now. I think there is a discussion about reprinting Elst, and so that would be cool. But a lot of people have it. Maybe this will encourage people to play it, because I don't see a lot of people playing it. I hear there's a lot of people that own it and no one's selling it. And if they do, it's crazy money. So very cool. Good job, Neil and Scott. Again, I haven't read it. Just seems like it's got lots of good strategic and tactical playing tips, not just rule understanding. Cool. Mark Stevens, Solo ASL Starter Kit, How to Achieve Victory Without Breaking. Solo wargaming has become quite the sub-industry, blah, blah, blah. Where to start, split personality, some ways to play, play it solo and have a good experience without having a full solo program going on there. And then the last things, advanced ASL Starter Kit Sequence of Play. Very nice, thick paper. All your common stuff, showing you all the counters, what's on them. This is some of the stuff I help with. So it's the big sheets folded. It's got the to hit die roll modifiers read, just Panzerfaust, bog checks, AP, CR to kill tables, and all that business. And on the back is a very comprehensive to hit chart, which includes all the personalities, nationalities, probably some new things if there's any new things in this counter sheet. But I help proof some of that, so hopefully it's good. Makes you nervous when I do that and then get all on here and talk about it so boldly. This is route phase, defensive phase, concealment, just kind of explaining all that stuff. Infantry fire table, all the latest, all the greatest. Proofed, so it just kind of combines it all, make sure it's all up to date with the latest and greatest. So I'm assuming you can use this all the way from starter kit 1 to 4 and all the things in between, expansions, else, you know, all that stuff. So that's cool. Now this is the next page is the one I wasn't really expecting. Well, there's the PTO terrain chart. Tell you what all the counters do. PTO terrain, European terrain. This is the thing I did not know about. And I think this is awesome. Someone I know was just asking me about it. And here it is. It is the ELR and unit distinctions, you know, how to break down the units, all the things they have, what they become when they have squad. Pretty awesome. It's not this, to me, and I'm still learning, it's not this clear in full. This is great. Thank you. Awesome. I did not see this chart. I'm not sure I even saw the terrain chart, but I assume that. I did not know about this. This excites me much. Okay, that's cool. And it's all in color and pretty and bright. All right, so we got some counter sheet with some more counters. The dreaded baddies of the baddies. Green, is that Italian or Hungarian? I don't know who that is. But there they are. You can see them. Well, wall advantage counters, I think that feels fairly new. Some new tanks, I think, for the Germans, and there's Stuarts. I don't know if those have been involved before. 90L, that's pretty interesting. That's Italian, right? There's German tanks there. Dreaded 88s. Level 2s, I don't remember seeing those before. I know there's steeple, shell holes, rubble. So this might be some of the reasons for the stuff there. Let's zoom back out for that so you can see fire for effect. Ooh, whoa. Now, I don't know if gliders just come with that standard, probably. Ooh, if there are gliders, that could be awesome. There's a Crete scenario. Dang. Okay, let's take a look at the scenarios. Here. Now, like I said, the interesting thing about a lot of these scenarios are very complex. Sorry. I'll show one of them. Not all of them have it, but a few of them do. So, 104, Paratroopers Hell. That's Crete, 20 May, 1941. Step Toward Oblivion, Russia, 20 November 42. German. Ooh. Oh, Romanians. The greens are probably Romanians. Romanians. German against Russia, obviously. Some special rules, not too many. 4.5 turns, 1 map. So here are the special rules. I don't mind showing that. I mean, look at that. That's a few. 42, Stalingrad, Russia. Ooh, okay. German, Russian. 5 turns. Little section of map Z. Ooh, that could be interesting. Tunisia. Free French, British, Italian, German. 2 maps. Rova. 7.5 turns, 3 maps. This has got some bad boys here. This has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tanks on one side and 10 on another. So lots of tanks, 7.5 turns, 3 maps. Crazy. Half turns, very short, very small portion of the board. Interesting. Italian, German. 43. Obviously small. Oh, there we go. Gliders. Awesome. Bunch of special rules. Fantastic. That's fun. Trapping Edelweiss is the next one. Scenario 110. 1 full map, a little bar of the other. 8.5 turns, pretty long. Russian, of course, German, and baddies of the baddies. March 44, Karelia. Oh, Finnish? Norwegian. No. Okay, I'm not sure. Pretty cool. It's an interesting one. I don't know how I want to show this, but this whole page is 3. That's a whole page of special rules. It's crazy, but it's fun. 3.5 is another really small one. Scenario 111, Barfoot. It is 23 May 44. American, German. And Enzio. La Hamel, France, 11 June 44. 2 half maps. British, German. June 44, 2 half maps. British, German. 113, half a map, 5.5 turns, German, British. Blunting the Spearhead, Belgium, 19 December 44, American, German. Tanks, AA. 6.5 turns, one map. And finally, Task Force Sparks. 2 halves, 4.5 turns, American, German. There you go. Thanks, Neil, and all the other people whose names I don't know. Scott, that contributed to this. Good job, everybody. Excited. Let's get to it. Start rolling dice. We'll see you later.